Okay, we're here with game 2. So, these are all actually pretty great here. Probably going to play Technosmith just because most of these we want to have leveled up. Probably doesn't matter to get the Seismic Adept into play or even necessarily leveled up, because even at level 1 it can move creatures of any level. So I think that's probably the least important thing in our hand right now. So I'm going to play a Technosmith right now, leveling the Magma Hound, which lets us level up our best creature by actually playing it. Because I think that Nexus Pilot is much better than Magma Hound here. But Magma Hound will be very useful later. Alright, so this is looking good. We can go very deep on our Technosmiths. Okay, my opponent's definitely playing for a very strong level 2 at the cost of a weak level 1. That's fine, and this is fine. Scythian Augmentation would not affect the trade. And it's not worth leveling that up over Bruiser and or War Charger. Bruiser is not big enough to make Nexus Pilot trade better either, so I think I will. Do we want War Charger or Bruiser is the question I'm asking myself. I think right now we want War Charger because it's slightly more likely to be useful. And then I will do battle because the second Technosmith will be able to trade with the Spectre if I want. Okay. Definitely going to play Giant because I want to have it leveled up. Flamestoke Shaman and Metamind Adept are both pretty comparable in my book. My opponent is playing pretty low power stuff early, aside from the Charger, so we're kind of getting a bit of an opportunity to level these Technosmiths. Alright. We are apparently not the only one that plays Pyre Song. Okay, so do we want to play and level Flamestoke Shaman or Metamind Adept? Metamind Adept is 9-8 at level 2. I think the Shaman may be better. We have actually taken some reasonable amount of damage, which is obnoxious, but... So Giant will level up, eat the Charger, and barely stay alive. Charger may be worth just dealing with Wanderer, just because Wanderer can become a pain. It's a little bit hard to trade with. Metasight would be okay, but there's nothing here that I really care about leveling that much, so I'm probably more likely to just play my Vault Technician. Okay, so Rhyhorn Charger will eat the Wanderer without dying, in theory. And Vault Technician will trade to keep some damage off of us, which is fine. We're definitely not in the aggressor role in this game. However, it's fine because we are leveling up a lot. So hopefully we can stay looking good. Okay, that's a strong play by my opponent. Probably going to play Metamind Adept here, hoping to draw something good. Okay, that was a very strong draw for my opponent, especially in comparison with my all-level 1 hand. Zephyr Mage's best trade is with the Reaver, because it will stay alive, but taking 16 damage is not my favorite. Yeah, we're just getting so many spells this game. Okay, that Dreadbolt isn't too scary. Technician will eat one of these. I'm going to eat the Reaver just because it the Vault Technician is not necessarily a good place for the Charger to move. Other than that, This is so bad. I think I'm just gonna chump block with Assyrian Mystic to keep some damage off of us, which I hate doing. Okay. So Magma Hound can deal, what, 3 damage? 4 damage. Okay. So the 4 damage will kill the other Magma Hound. That's some good news, at least. Unfortunately, Nexus Pilot will not be able to take its wheelhouse. Okay. Bruiser buffing Magma Hound messes up the play that I'd like to have made. However, we can at least kill Bruiser. So, our Magma Hound fights the Charger. Technosmith fights Magma Hound, leveling Nexus Pilot. Again, we're taking so much damage and we need to stop that if we have any opportunity. But right now all we can do is complain about our draws. Alright, Flamestoke Shaman looks good in front of Wanderer. Ouch. Not that it's that big a swing, and it does not even affect this trade, but still, Pirate Song can become kind of scary, especially when we're just taking damage. Okay. Adept will probably be my best bet if it can trade with something. Okay. So I think Adept just trading with Giant is probably best. Though I'm unlikely, yeah, I was going to say I'm unlikely to play any of the cards that I draw. Ouch, we're at 19. That's pretty looking grim. Double Technosmith is okay. We'll level up our 2 non-Metasite spells. And the bodies are certainly fine. Question is, can we avoid taking direct damage? Our opponent has both Pyre Song and the Spark, which of course is a pretty good direct damage to the face. I could actually Electronet just to prevent my opponent from dealing me damage with Rhymehorn Charger. It feels really silly to do it, but I think that's my best bet, because I cannot force him to trade with a Technosmith. So getting the extra power on the board doesn't feel worth it. I think I'm best just preserving my life total at the moment. Which certainly feels strange. Okay, probably War Charger, and probably Shaman. Okay, so my opponent is able to trade evenly and shrinks my Giant, but otherwise that's pretty fine. It's more or less a 1-for-1. Alright, hold some damage off of himself. What second card will my opponent play? Okay, so I'm going to play 2 cards that can trade with Spectre, just so that my opponent cannot necessarily get in the quick damage. We're making a bit of a comeback here, though we still have a ways to go. I'm happy to have... Okay, good. So Magma Hound will trade, so we will be able to put our Nexus Pilot in the middle, most likely. I will respond to that phone call at my next opportunity. Okay, so the Magma Hounds are actually going to stay alive. That probably does not change the fact that I play Nexus Pilot in front. Oh wait, Magma Hounds can finish it off. Actually, Magma Hounds does 6. Yeah, not enough. Do I want Magma Hounds to finish it off to preserve the health on Nexus Pilot, or do I play the slightly bigger body of Vault Technician? I think I'd rather preserve the health of Nexus Pilot. For the same reason I'm going to let War Charger eat the Bruiser, is just to preserve my health. Okay, Metamind, Adept, and a lot of bad things. We're actually getting pretty close to getting a lethal on my opponent, so Jetpack is starting to look interesting, but we're not quite there. But again, Metamind, Adept is going to be the play first, just so I can see if I draw anything. King Random is a reference to, oh, direct damage. That's scary. Okay, so my opponent just had nothing better to play, but is hoping for that, to burn me out, hopefully. So we will, okay, this is 26. Jetpack isn't enough, so we're going to just Technosmith, leveling the, probably the Jetpack, actually, because there's a slightly higher chance of it getting in the last bit of damage. So, my opponent will basically have to either kill me this turn or die, because we're going to have so many things on the board. It's possible for my opponent to trade with both Nexus and Hound, but, yeah. We just barely pulled that out. Like I was saying, King Random, the name is almost certainly a reference to Roger Zelazny's Amber series of books, which are absolutely great. You should go read them if you have not. What do we get for winning? Silver! Yay!